When water goes down the drain, do you ever wonder, where does it go? What happens to it? Who cleans it up? How is it cleaned? When you flush your toilet, wash your dishes or yourself or your clothes, all that water goes down the drain through a huge underground system of more than 500 miles of pipes right to the Jacob A. Hands wastewater treatment plant. About 9 million gallons of raw sewage or influent flows in from Las Cruces and is treated and cleaned every day. As the influent arrives at the plant, it contains many small and large objects that must be removed. The wastewater enters through a bar screen. This big screen captures rags, plastic bottles, anything over 1/2 inch in size, while letting the wastewater pass right through the screen. From there, the wastewater is pumped into the primary clarifiers. These units are large circular tanks with 2 metal skimmer arms that slowly move the wastewater from the edge of the tank to the center. The purpose of the primary clarifier is to remove as much settleable and floatable organic solids as possible from the wastewater. From the primary clarifiers, the wastewater is pumped to the next treatment step, biological filtering. The biotower resembles a honeycomb and is filled with friendly living microbes that eat organics from the wastewater. Wastewater is sprayed at the top of the biotower where it trickles down through the honeycomb that acts as a home for millions of living microbes. Wastewater from the biotower flows into a large aeration basin, which is controlled to promote the growth of bacteria. The friendly bacteria in the basins use the remaining organic waste as food. From the aeration basin, the wastewater flows into the secondary clarifier. Just like the primary clarifier, there are 2 metal skimmer arms, one at the top and one at the bottom. The wastewater in the secondary clarifier is processed longer. At this point, the suspended organic solids are very light. The sludge from the secondary clarifier is very useful because it has millions of live bacteria that are used in the aeration basins to stimulate the treatment process. The last step of cleaning the wastewater is the disinfection process. Although most bacteria are harmless or beneficial, some can cause illness or be harmful to the ecosystem. So, similar to a swimming pool, gas chlorine is injected into the wastewater, reducing the number of pathogenic microorganisms in the wastewater. Then, before the wastewater can be discharged, the chlorine needs to be removed. As the treatment process passes through the dechlorination zone, it is rapidly dechlorinated, resulting in a safe and clean wastewater, ready to be discharged into the Rio Grande where it benefits our ecosystem, and the water can be used again downstream. Now that the wastewater has been cleaned and discharged into the Rio Grande, the remaining biosolids will go through the process of becoming compost. This process is called solids handling. These solids, known as sludge, need to have all the remaining water squeezed out before they can be reused or disposed of safely. Sludge at this point contains about 90% water. Solids handling incorporates 4 functions: thickening, digestion, dewatering, and sludge disposal or reuse. During the gravity thickener process, gravity forces the solids to separate from the water. Solids that are heavier will settle to the bottom where they're pumped out to a thickener centrifuge. The centrifuge spins, forcing the solids against a wall, allowing the liquid to flow to the bottom where it's pumped out and transferred to the entrance works. The thick solid from the thickener and solids from the primary clarifier are mixed together and pumped into a digester. The digester process heats up the mixture, breaking down any organic pollutants left in the solids. This process is called anaerobic digestion. The byproduct from this process is methane gas, carbon dioxide, and water. The sludge exits the digester and moves to the dewatering process where excess moisture is squeezed out. A polymer is added to the sludge to precondition and thicken the sludge even more. The thick sludge is placed between 2 conveyor belts that move between a series of rollers, squeezing out the remaining moisture. Sludge from the dewatering process is very clumpy and cakey. At this point, the sludge is referred to as a cake and is about 20% solid. To remove the remaining moisture, the cake is transported out to the West Mesa composting facility, where it's set up in windrows, allowing the remaining moisture to decrease and evaporate off. At the West Mesa Compost Facility, the sludge is processed to meet the EPA Class A sludge regulations. This allows the compost to be safe for handling and safe for certain food crop applications. Las Cruces Utilities strives to meet these regulations to provide an environmentally friendly biosolids to compost conversion program. The biosolid compost is free to the public to use on yards and in gardens and is available at the West Mesa Composting Facility and at the Jacob A. Hands Wastewater Treatment Plant Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information on the Jacob A. Hands Wastewater Treatment Plant, please visit our website at www.las-cruces.org.